An old friend of mine asked me a question one time, and it stuck with me, and it really made me think, and it resonated with me some. And this was a long time ago when he asked me this question, and it stuck with me. This has probably been 20, 25 years, something like that. And he said, what is the difference between a rut and a gravesite? I was like, what kind of question is this? He said, what's the difference? I said, if you're in a rut, then, you're just kind of going, through the motions, Yeah. And then the graveside, you're dead. It's exactly. So what's the difference? And I said, I don't know. You tell me. He told me, he said, the only difference is the depth. And I was like, huh, okay. At first I was kind of taken back by it. I didn't really understand, and then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, wow, that really makes a lot of sense. And it kind of puts things in perspective too, because if in life, when you get up in the morning, and depending on how old you are and your health and your conditions and everything else, it's going to depend on how much you crack and pop and how much pain you might have when you wake up and put your feet on the floor. But every morning that you get up and you wake up and you're about to take your first step, that's a gift. And what I've come to realize is that you've heard it 100 times before, but you're not promised tomorrow. Very true. But do you live by that? Do you when you hear it, do you hear it? Or do you just let it go in one ear, out the other? I've started thinking more about that. And I'm 39 and will be 40 in the next couple months. So I've really started kind of having some introspection on my life and the way that I'm living. So the one thing that it all really kind of comes back to is what you're doing with your time. Do you live out your life like you want to? That are you happy with the way that each day goes for you? And I know there's good days and bad days. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about what you do. When you wake up in the morning and you go to work, are you happy with that job? Are you living the dream job that you want to have? When you wake up in the morning and your ankle pops and your knees pop and your back pops, are you happy with your current physical condition? Are you happy with the way your body looks? When you wake up in the morning and you got a killer hangover and you just don't feel good, and that doesn't kind of wear off until noon, is that something that you really enjoy waking up to every morning? I say these things because these are all things that I've had to deal with in my life. And the answer to all those things was no. Like, there are days that, and times and seasons in my life where I absolutely hated waking up. Straight up. I hated waking up because I hated my job. I hated the way that I looked, the way that I felt when I was drinking all the time. I was an active alcoholic. I hated the way I felt when I woke up in the morning because I had a constant hangover. Common sense says don't do those things anymore. But your body says, hey man, we're good now. We got past it, let's do it again. Because we become complacent. We don't keep moving forward. We just kind of get comfortable. And And once we become comfortable, that's when change dies. We don't move forward anymore. And if we don't move forward anymore, you're stuck. So how deep is your rut? Is it closer to the depth of a grave? Or are you catching it early on and you're like, wow, I need to do something? Or have you hit rock bottom and you know, I got to climb out of this hole or they're going to start throwing dirt on me? I know I'm getting a little deep, but that's how I like it, because it's real. And you've got to really stop and think about it, because these kinds of things, these kinds of thoughts and conversations are necessary for growth and for change. And you're not going to grow and change unless you do something about it. And the biggest problem is when you're comfortable being uncomfortable in your current situation, all the things I just listed, being comfortable in your uncomfortable situation. You don't want to change because it's uncomfortable, but you're so uncomfortable in the situation you're in, you would love to get out of it, but you're so deep in it, you feel like you can't move. You're so deep in it that you don't know which step to take. You don't know where the first step is in this exit of this reality. And that's all it is. It's just a temporary reality until you finally make the decision, not the choice, because you can change your choices. If you make the decision to come out of it, then you can move out of it. But you have got to do it, though. You have got to reach that point inside of you. You're like, enough is enough. I can't do this anymore, and I need out. And whatever that looks like for you, brother, I'm behind you, and I am rooting for you. I've seen it happen. I've seen people be successful, come out of their situation, whatever their situation may be, and make tremendous turnarounds. So if you believe it's not possible, my brother, I tell you it is. I promise you it is, because I've seen it firsthand, and I've done it myself. I used to be a drunk. I used to be fat. I used to hate my life. I used to hate everything in it. I used to be numb to the core. I did not feel anything, and I sure did not enjoy my life at all. But then there came a time when I realized I can't keep living like this. And when you get it, man, it's so powerful. And you can do it. The biggest thing, just keep this in mind. Take one step that way at a time. One step. Whether it is, don't drink one more beer. Don't eat that ho-ho. Or oatmeal cream pie. Or whatever it is. Just little steps like that, and stack them. And keep moving forward. That's when you're building some momentum. And once you start building momentum, it's easy to keep going. And then, this is the craziest thing that a lot of people don't talk about, is that once you start, all this is habits. But when you start changing your habits and changing your ways, the things that you loved so much that was destroying you, you will not miss them anymore. You will not want to go back there, because you start to feel alive. You start feeling better. You start seeing the changes. You start having the relationships with people that those relationships have been dead for so long. You may still be walking and talking with these people, but you're not that person anymore. People see the changes in you that happens when it happens. You're gonna have haters, and you're gonna have people that try to shoot you down, but just know it is proven fact that anytime difficulty shows up, when you're doing something hard and you're doing something good and you're doing something right, the devil does not like it, and he will send his demons to come stop your progress. You cannot let that slow you down. And it may come in the form of your friends, your family, your kids, whatever. You're in the middle of trying to do something and then you get pulled. Guess what? Now you got to stop, do something else, and then come back to it. And if you've got the momentum, you can keep going, then great. But it's little things, man. You just got to keep going. And once you do, life gets so much better. You can do it. I know you can because I've seen it in other people and I've lived it myself. So go out there, do the thing, little steps. You got this. I'm believing you. Now go do it.